Welcome to day 4. Are you ready for some singing and dancing? Let's welcome back Mayada.
Where the Spirit moves, there's freedom, freedom, freedom. And she helps us build community with freedom, with freedom. 'Cause we all have a responsibility to keep each other safe and to meet our needs. So let's work together with the Spirit for freedom, for freedom. Let's work together with the Spirit for freedom. Healing, where the Spirit moves, there's healing, healing, healing. And she helps us build communities with healing, with healing. We all have a responsibility to keep each other safe and to meet our needs. So let's work together with the Spirit for healing, for healing. Let's work together with the Spirit for healing. Justice, where the Spirit moves, there's justice, justice, justice. And she helps us build communities with justice, with justice. 'Cause we all have a responsibility to keep each other safe and to meet our needs. So let's work together with the Spirit for justice, for justice. Let's work together with the Spirit for justice. Freedom, where the Spirit moves, there's freedom, freedom, freedom. And she helps us build communities with freedom, with freedom. 'Cause we all have a responsibility to keep each other safe and to meet our needs. So let's work together with the Spirit for freedom, for freedom. Let's work together with the Spirit for healing, for healing. Let's work together with the Spirit for justice, for justice. Let's work together with the Spirit for freedom. Nice job, guys. Give yourselves a hand. Nice work.
Thank you, Mayada. I love singing together. Let's welcome back our friend Heidi.
It's time for our first story for the day. We are going to learn about someone called the Good Samaritan today. Listen closely and try to imagine what you would do if you were right there in the story. Jesus was a really good storyteller. Did you know that? He told a lot of stories that he used to teach people more about God. Want to hear one? Well, one day, there was a man named Harry who was going from a city called Jerusalem to a city called Jericho. Now, they didn't have cars back then, so Harry had to walk all that way. Can you imagine? What's the farthest you've ever walked? For Harry's trip, he had to walk all day. Well, as Harry was walking and walking and walking, he ran into some trouble. Some mean people suddenly jumped on him, and they took everything that he had. They hit him a lot, and they ripped off his shirt. Harry laid there by the side of the road, hurting and sad. He needed help, big time. Soon, Harry saw a person coming down the road, and he yelled, "Help! Please help me!" Now this person, named Kathy, coming down the road, was a pastor. So what do you think she did? You think she probably ran over to Harry to help him, right? Maybe she prayed for him too. Nope. Not only did Kathy walk right past poor Harry, she crossed to the other side of the road so she could be as far away as possible. Harry's wounds were still bleeding, and he was in so much pain he couldn't even walk. He was desperate now. As soon as the next person came down the road, he shouted, "Help! Please help me!" Now this next person, named Levi, was what most people would consider a really good person. He not only went to church every Sunday, he also helped every week by setting up the chairs and playing guitar for the worship band. So what do you think Levi did when he heard Harry's cries for help? Maybe he called a doctor to come help Harry? He gave Harry some cool water to drink? Maybe he stayed with Harry to offer support? Nope, none of these things. Levi did the exact same thing as Kathy did. He crossed to the side of the road, held his nose, and wouldn't even look at poor Harry. By this time, Harry was so sad he felt like giving up. Felt like no one wanted to help him. Even people as good as Kathy and Levi. When the next person started coming down the road, Harry didn't even call out for help. He just sat there, closed his eyes, and waited to die. But suddenly, Harry heard a gentle voice in his ear, saying, "Oh no, what happened? I'm so sorry. I'm here to help." The voice belonged to... Dun dun dun. Any guesses? It was a Samaritan man. Remember the other day when we talked about those two groups of people, Jews and Samaritans, and how much they hated each other? Well, Harry was a Jew, so this Samaritan guy was supposed to stay far away from him. But instead, he took some Band-Aids and ointments out of his bag and he covered over Harry's wounds. Then he hoisted Harry up onto his donkey and took him to the nearest hotel where Harry could get the care that he needed. Now, when Jesus told this story, he was speaking to a crowd of Jews. But did you catch what he did? He made a Samaritan the hero of the story. You see, the whole time, the people listening thought Samaritans were bad people and the good people were the Jews like themselves. But Jesus turned that upside down. In this story, a Samaritan is the one to help a Jewish person when the other Jews ignored his cry for help. Jesus was showing the people that even though we might think people who are different from us are bad, sometimes those people are actually heroes and wonderful people. Jesus was teaching the people to listen to and really learn from people who are different from us. Sometimes we think we're the heroes when actually we're the ones who need help. Thanks so much for listening so well to this story about the Good Samaritan. I have a few questions for you to think about. What was your favorite part of the story? How did the story make you feel? Were there any parts of the story that surprised you? What did you think of Jesus making a Samaritan the hero of the story? What does this story make you think about our world today?
Wow, what a great story. Thank you, Heidi, for sharing with us. I think it might be time for a dance break.
I don't wanna be you, I just wanna be me. I don't wanna be cool, I just wanna be me. Be me. You don't wanna be cool. Be cool. You just wanna be me. Be. I don't wanna be cool. 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 I don't like being cool. I don't wanna be cool. I ain't tryna be cool. What's it like being cool? I just can't stay cool. I don't wanna be cool. I don't want you to be me. You should just be you.
Okay, when I count to 3, I want you to freeze like a popsicle. 1,
You just wanna be me.
2,
You just wanna be me. Okay.
3. Good job.
Hi, it's nice to see you all again. Today we are going to read a story called The Day You Began. Remember how we talked about some people being afraid of difference and that then they treat people different from them badly? That can really hurt, even if we know that the mean things they said are lies. Today's story is about celebrating how each one of us is special and being loud and proud about ourselves, no matter what. The Day You Began. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl in your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. Rigoberto from Venezuela, your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming, the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, now smaller when the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer?" Tell the class your story. "We went to France," Shayla says. "These shells came from a beach in Maine." A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile they look like they'll turn to dust in your own untraveled hands. My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina. Each souvenir a small triumph of a journey, their travels going on and on. And as you stand in front of the room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb and your days spent at home caring for your little sister who made you laugh out loud and hugged you so hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen asleep. And in that room, where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students are flying and sailing and going somewhere? There'll be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When even your own friend Naja will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. There'll be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and too far. The game isn't one you can even really play. I don't want him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. There'll be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady and Steady as still and ready even though you don't know what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister, you tell the class, your voice stronger than it was a minute ago, reading books and telling stories even though we were right on our block. It was like we got to go everywhere. Your name is like my sister's, Rigoberto says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens itself a little wider to make space for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel, and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. The end.
Was there a character that you saw yourself in this story? How did the story make you feel? Have you ever experienced a situation similar to the ones in the book? What did the kids in the book do to celebrate themselves? How will you celebrate yourself? When we let our true selves light up a room, we grow closer to Jesus because we are all born with the glory of God inside of our hearts. When we let our light shine, we can inspire our friends to do the same. For our art project today, we are going to make butterflies. Did you know that no two butterflies have the same pattern on their wings? They're all different and all important, just like us. Nature is one of the ways God shows us love. So make your own unique butterfly different than anyone else's. Think of 3 ways your butterfly is loved and perfect just the way they are. Now think of 3 ways you are loved and perfect just the way you are. Let's stretch out our wings and take some big butterfly breaths. Breathe in and reach your fingers up to the sky. And breathe out and bring your arms back down to the sides. You can keep butterfly breathing as we pray together if you want. Dear God, thank you for making me special and loving me deeply. Help me to stand proudly in my power and to practice loving myself every day. I will be revolutionary with my self-love and let my light inspire the liberation of others. Amen.
Kids, we love you. Know that God is always with you. Go and learn to make peace in the world. Da-da-da-da. Kids, we love you. Know that God is always with you. Go and learn to make peace in the world.